Hey YouTube, Ollie here. Back with another video. This is going to be a different kind of video, and normally I do like my haul videos from all my antiques, collectibles, that type of thing. But this video is going to be on how I unclogged a drain. Yes. Let's see. It's Monday, January 5th. No wait, I don't even know what day it is today. The 12th, January 12th. Anyway, on Saturday the 10th. I was refilling some ink cartridges to print some eBay labels in a spare bathroom, and I was using some paper towels to blot them, so they didn't get ink all over the countertop. So anyway, instead of just throwing them in the waste paper basket, I flushed them down the toilet. And then I noticed that the toilet backed up. So I went and got the trusty plunger, and it didn't do anything. Nothing at all. So then I ran to the hardware store to grab some supplies, and I grabbed this little zip line thing, which did nothing, which I later found out this isn't even for like a toilet, it's for like sinks and bathtub drains, that kind of thing. And as you can tell, I'm not the most handy person in the world. I can barely read a tape measure. Well, then I grabbed, wait a minute, I gotta back up. Before I used the zip tie, I used the old trusty coat hanger. Did nothing. Then I used the zip tie. Did nothing. Okay, moving on. This might be a little lengthy video. So then I started thinking back to when I had a kitchen sink that had clogged up. So I thought, I know what I'll do. I will use baking soda and vinegar. Didn't do anything. Not a thing. It foamed up. So then I went back to the plunger again. Didn't do anything. So then I got online, got on Google. From Google, I saw some suggestions for some YouTube videos that suggested you use hot water and dishwashing liquid. And guess what? It went down a smidge. I mean, just a smidge. I let it set for a while, came back, and it went down almost all the way down. So I'm thinking, wow, this trick worked. So I flushed it again, filled right back up. So then I grabbed the plunger, start plunging again, went down a little bit. Well, then I heard this gurgling sound, and I pull back the shower curtain, and guess what? The tub is filled with water. So that didn't work. So then I go back to the hardware store. Let me see, what else do I have? Oh, I grabbed, when I used the old school plunger, it didn't fill the hole in the toilet. So it was like more of an oblong square one, so I couldn't get a good plunge going. So I grabbed this cool state-of-the-art plastic plunger, which is maybe like $5 or something like that. And I grabbed, just to be safe, this, I think they call it a music wire auger. This was like $12. Neither of them worked. So, but the plunger, I mean, it's a really good plunger. I mean, it really is super hardcore. So I plunged the toilet, I plunged the bathtub. I tried to shove this auger thing down the bathtub drain. Nothing. So, doing more research online, trying to see, and then I remembered that I had some of this clean out drain open 100% lye that I've used in my kitchen for years, and it works awesome. And I thought, oh, this has got to do. This is some hardcore stuff. This is 100% lye. So I put some of this down there. Nothing at all. I put some in the sink. I put some because I thought it all gonna go to the same. I don't know. Anyway, so I put some in the sink, put some in the toilet, put some in the bathtub. Nothing. So by this time, then I had put so much water in there from the dishwashing liquid that I'm just filling up the tub. So then I figured, well, I'm going to need my shop vac. So I had my shop vac out in my storage unit from when I got a little water in there. So I ran out to the storage unit, got the shop vac. So then I stopped off at, I'm trying to clean it up here while I'm making this. So then I stopped back at the hardware store after doing some more research, and I bought mainline cleaner. And this you put in, let me see here, you add 8 ounces, which is a cup, and flush. Well, I can't flush. It's stuck. There's nothing to flush. So, and then you, I don't know, I think you leave it in there overnight. I can't find where it says here. But anyway, I left it in there overnight. and it did nothing. So the next morning, I added some more, let it set. Added some more, added some more, added some more. Did nothing. And then finally, I just poured the whole entire thing in there and let it set for like half a day. It did nothing. Not one thing. And this thing is not budging. So I'm thinking of calling a plumber. But I'm not going to give up. I'm trying to do this without calling a plumber. So I shop vac. I dilute the hell out of it. Shop vac. Take the shop vac in the other bathroom. Empty the shop vac into that toilet. So then I go and I'm doing some more research online, and I find out about, let me see here, is this the same thing? There's a couple things here. Liquid Lightning drain opener, which is virgin sulfuric acid, which is pretty badass. It comes in a bag, and it's, anyway, it was warnings and stuff all over it. So you're supposed to pour, I should have done this before I made the video, but whatever. Let's see. In a toilet, 2 ounces to preheat it, and then 14 ounces to treat it. So I did that, and this is a 20-ounce bottle. So you wait 5 minutes to preheat, and then you put in 14 ounces, let it set for 15 minutes, and then you flush it for 5 minutes. Well, I couldn't flush it. There's nothing going down. So I ended up pouring more water in there. And more water in there, more water in there. And then, meantime, tub's going up. And I know some of you guys who know plumbing are laughing because I have no clue. Now I do, but at the time, no clue how this stuff works. So this did absolutely nothing. You think that sulfuric acid would burn through pretty much anything with all the warnings. I mean, look at all the warnings on this bottle. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. And if you have, where's the other bottle? If you have lye, I guess do not mix sulfuric acid in lye because it can get way too hot or something. But by the time I had put this in, I had already diluted this enough and shop vac it out, so there was none of this left in the drain. So tried that, didn't work. So got back on Google, got back on YouTube, all the little helpful sites. Got to try this, got to try that. Then I found Clean Shot. I bought 2 bottles of this one. And this is, what is this? I think this is the same thing as, the drain opener. It's sulfuric acid again. But this one's like, I don't know, 93% or something. And it pretty much worked. Yeah, this one is more sulfuric acid. Tried it, didn't do it. But then I sucked all the water out. I took all the water out, and then I, kept trying to snake it with this thing over and over and over and over. Did nothing. Went back to this plunger. Did nothing. Went back to this plunger. Did nothing. So I went and put another bottle of this. Did I say that? 2 bottles of this in there. So that's a lot of heat. Nothing. Not a thing. So then I'm researching more and more, thinking that maybe a tree branch or something, like, a root of the tree got through into the pipe. There was a lot of talk on that. So then I'd seen this thing at the store, not knowing what it was, but then I looked around, looking on the different websites, seeing what they had for drain cleaners, drain openers, drain removers, and I found this thing. And I'm thinking, look at this hardcore, looks like an arrow. This has got to push through whatever is in there. And I'm thinking to myself, how can a little paper towel clog up, a drain so bad? Well, then I thought back to, we had a cat that had died last year, and our cat, his litter box was in the bathroom, where I remember he liked to jump up on, the toilet and the sink and everything. And sometimes, he'd get litter in his paws. And I think what happened is we've had him like 15 years. And I really think this is what it was, is all those years of him jumping up and having a little bit of cat litter in his paws had gotten down into the sink and the tub. And we never used the tub. I think we'd used the tub maybe twice, because it's an additional bathroom that we never use. It's kind of like my little room for cleaning my razors and ink and whatever. So we never used that other than the sink and maybe the toilet. So I'm thinking all those years of him doing that maybe clogged up and had a big ball of cat litter down there, because it was that clumping kind. So I can't think of anything else that would be down there. So I get this thing. I removed it. Well, first, I should step back again. I used the snake after I had taken the toilet off this time. So now I just have the drain. So I snaked it again, did nothing. I sucked the water out again, poured some more of the, not the sulfuric acid, the crystal stuff, the lye, that's what it was. I poured the rest of this in there, and it did nothing. So I diluted that again, shot back that up, then I shoved this thing down in there. And I bet you I worked this thing for an hour, 2 hours. I mean, my hands are just raw. It did absolutely nothing. I mean, look at this thing. You think it would... I thought it was going to bust through the pipe, but not a thing. Did absolutely nothing. And by this time, I'm pulling my hair out, about ready to call a plumber, and I'm reading about root killer and high pressure hoses, and I don't have a high pressure hose or anything like that. So then I decided I'm going to try to plunge directly from the drain. So, and each time I had plunged before, I'd plugged the sink and the tub so it wouldn't, come back, whatever. So I filled the drain up, plunged the hell out of that. I mean, I bet you I plunged for like an hour. I got water all over the floor. I'm in there, shop vac in. I got towels all over. Did nothing. So I shot vac all that water back up again, shoved this thing back down in there, and I thought once I get past that initial point, I thought I could feel something in there, but, who knows. So, didn't work. Get back online, I start reading about, like I said, root killer, and then high pressure hoses. They were saying something about they use these, I don't know, whatever you call them, whatever, high water pressure hose, whatever you call it, the kind of thing like people use to clean their cars and stuff, that kind of thing. You shove down in there, but you get a special attachment. Well, I don't have one of those. So, anyway, I come across this, like, promotional sales video on this weird-looking contraption that I thought this guy was fucking nuts when I saw this thing. Anyway, I thought, well, I might as well give it a try. So, I'm looking for this thing. I went to my local Lowe's, which is like 2 miles from my house. I went to Ace Hardware, and then I went to Walmart. I went to Menards, did I say that? And not one of them carried it. They had one similar to it, because there's there's probably more than two, but there's two different that they showed in this video, where one, I'll show it here in a second. Let me grab it here. But anyway, here is the item after I finally found it at like little hardware store called, I think it's Robson's. It's been like our little local Joe Blow hardware store. Anyway, here is this product that I bought. It's called Drain King, Unclogs Drains. Okay. So, I watched some videos on this thing, but then I thought, right now it's about 10 below out. I'm not going outside to get my hose that's frozen on the outside of my house. I'm not grabbing that thing. And how am I going to get it through the house? I'm going to have to, it wouldn't fit all the way through my house. So, then I'm thinking, how am I going to hook up? And they have I see all these attachments they show, but when they show them, they're always for like a kitchen faucet, not for a bathroom faucet. Well, then I thought to myself, hey, wait a minute, maybe I could take the shower head off. So I Google shower head adapters, and wouldn't you know it, there's such a thing, which, I have no clue. Like I said, I don't know plumbing. So I go to Robson's Hardware. I get this thing. I get a 25-foot. Oh, this thing was $28. Oh, I forgot to go through all the money I spent here. Let's see, I got the zip tie. I think was $3 to $5, I think. This I already had, the plunger. This I already had, so I didn't have to spend anything. I used a whole gallon, and then whatever, say, 3/4 of this, and a box and almost 2 boxes of baking soda. So these are like 50 cents. These are maybe like $2.50 a jug. This was $5. I think I said that on that. And this was, I think, $15. Okay. Then this is like $10. This was $15. So these are, I believe, $10 each. So there's $20 there. And then this one was $10 there. So there's another $10. Okay. So I go and get the, what do they call it? The Drain King. That was $18 or $28. Can you see that? $28. Okay, then I got the 25-foot hose, which was $16, which I could have used my other hose, but like I said, it's 10 below out. I'm not digging through all that ice and snow to get a hose. I'd rather spend the $16. Which, if you know me, Mr. Frugal Cheapskate, that's saying a lot. So anyway, what you do with this thing is you remove the toilet, which I already had done. And, well, here's another thing I had done. I bought this adapter, and not thinking there's nothing to thread it on. So I bought the wrong adapter. So I had to go back, bought the correct adapter. It's 3/4 of an inch by 1/2 inch. Okay, so what you do with this is, this goes on your shower head, or your shower arm, I should say. You take the shower head off, and you got that metal arm sticking out. You shove this up in there, or tighten it on there, and then you put the hose on. The other end of the hose goes into this thing. Okay, and there's different kinds of these. The only reason I bought this was I saw this demo video on YouTube where you can find it, and I believe it's under Drain King. And this is the, let's see, this is for a 3-inch to 6-inch drain line, and it's a Drain King number 750. Let me show you that. Okay, and then there's the end. It's just like a regular, where you put in the garden hose. Okay, and then you've got this end, where the ones you see at Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, Menards, all the big Ace Hardware, all of those, they don't have this brass fitting on the end. They all just have this little rounded off end with a little hole in it that just kind of squirts water out, like not very much pressure. Well, from the demo I saw, this thing just shoots it out like a machine gun. So I'm thinking, yeah, right. I've tried everything else, been dropping crazy money. Oh, and then, did I tell you, this was like $27 again. Keep adding to my total. I should have added it all up, but I didn't. If anybody's watching, add it up. So anyway, I take this thing, shove it down in the drain, and I shit you not, no pun intended, I turned on the water, and I bet you within 5 seconds, it shot whatever was in there all the way to the main. It's gone. It obliterated it. Whatever it was, I swear, I spent Saturday all day, Sunday all day, Monday all day. It's Monday probably from 6 o'clock till 5. I was plunging. I was doing all this different stuff, running back and forth to the stores to get more stuff. I mean, all the way from Saturday to now. And here all I did was hook this thing up, shoved it down into a drain, turned on my tub, and with, like I said, within probably 5 seconds, this thing it goes, and you could just feel that like jet just pulsating like crazy. And I swear it just shot whatever was in there just through the drain in like that. So here's my testimonial video. If you got to clear a crazy ass drain and baking soda and vinegar doesn't do it, and snakes don't do it, and whatever the hell you call this weird flat tape, I think it's called, doesn't do it, plungers don't do it, dishwashing liquid, sulfuric acid, lye, all that stuff. And I wouldn't even try the lye or the sulfuric. I was reading online, people were saying, oh, that stuff doesn't work, blah, 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 blah. But it really doesn't. I mean, for something that hardcore. So try this. I swear, this is awesome. So that's my testimonial. And I have no financial stake in Drain King. I've never heard of him until today. So anyway, just thought I'd shoot that out there. Shoot that out there, just like the plug in my drain. So that's it, people. Adios.